Last week we talked about the verbs necesitar and tener. What does necesitar mean? To need. To need. Necesitar sounds like necessary, and necessary is a need. What about the verb tener? What does tener mean? How many fingers do you have?
5.
10. You have 10 fingers. Tener, to have. To have 10 fingers. Tener. It's just one of those silly tricks that you can use to help you try to remember the words. All right. Today we're talking about 4.2. I'm writing it, you're writing it. We're still learning about escuela. What does escuela mean? School. And this week we're specifically focusing on what are called idioms with tener. An idiom is just a fancy word for an expression. Idioms with tener. First, we're going to practice conjugating the verb tener. Tener is a super irregular verb. First, it's a stem changer. So when I circle the ending, my stem changes from E to what? IE. That means that I'm going to have this boot pattern here where my stem changes. But the verb tener is extra strange in that it doesn't just change in the it doesn't just change within that stem, it's also irregular in the yo form. They decided that in the I form. They decided that teno and tieno just don't sound good. So they went with tengo. Whenever you're writing notes, if you don't have colors, you can show your notes in other ways. You can add emphasis in other ways. You could do stars, you could do little emojis, you could bold things by the way that you write it. On the side here, write down tengo. What does tengo mean, clase?
I have.
Excellent. So for the rest of it, my stem changes from T-E-N to, what's my first letter?
T.
Next letter?
I.
Then?
E.
Then?
N.
Tien. Tien. And here, outside of das Boot, I have my original stem, 10. So now my endings. I already have tengo. What is my ending here? E-S. Why is it not A-S? Because it's an ER verb, a verb that ends with ER. Tengo. Tienes. Tien. E. Ten. Hemos. Tien. En. Very good. On the side here, I'm going to quickly write down the rest of these in Spanish. As you go back to review your notes and practice your notes again, I want you to write the English in here. I'm not going to do that now. What we're looking at this week is expressions with the verb tener. So how can you use the verb tener to say certain phrases or expressions? The first one I'm going to show you is how you say that you're hungry. If you want to say I'm hungry, you're going to start out by saying tengo. In fact, let's even back that up one more step. What did we already learn about how to use the verb tener? What is one of the first things we learned in this class about basic expressions in Spanish using tengo? Yeah, your age. So you could say tengo blank años is how you're going to say I'm blank years old. So that's something that we already learned, that we already practiced, that we've already done. adding on to that, we have tengo hambre. It's right before lunch, and yo tengo hambre. I don't just have hunger. It's not just that tengo hambre. También tengo sed. ¿Qué es tengo sed? ¿Qué puede ser?
I'm there. Thirsty.
I'm thirsty. Everyone say tengo hambre. Remember, if you look at that and you're not going to remember how to say that, write in a little pronunciation guide on the side. A-M-B-R-A-Y. Hambre. You don't pronounce the H in Spanish. Tengo hambre. Tengo sed. And now, your new favorite thing to say in Spanish. Tengo sueño. When I ask you, hey, how are you doing today? ¿Cómo estás? You can say, tengo sueño, which means I'm tired. Tengo sueño. I picture, when I look at this word and I think, how am I ever going to remember that that means tired? I picture the Z's, right? When you see a cartoon of somebody sleeping and there's the Z's drawn up above them. That's kind of what that makes me think of. Your next expression, tengo miedo. Tengo miedo means yo tengo miedo de las arañas. Sí, a mí no me gustan las arañas. Tengo miedo de las arañas. Next, tengo prisa. I'm in a
I'm in prison.
I'm in a hurry. Tengo prisa. Now, all of these examples that I'm giving you are about me. Tengo hambre, tengo miedo, tengo sueño. You could change that out with any of these. Let's say I'm talking about Sam. I could say, tiene miedo de las chicas. Tiene miedo de las chicas, right? I could be talking about one of my other students and say, tiene sueño, right? Feeling tired. Next.
That's me.
Tengo que. For these last two examples with the verb tener, you are using it with an infinitive verb. Try to write it very similar to what I did here. That clear, bolded, underline, and then infinitive in parentheses. Tengo que is how you're going to communicate something that you have to do. For example, clase, yo tengo hambre. Tengo que comer. I'm hungry. I have to eat. And then the last one, tengo ganas de. Tengo ganas de is how you're going to communicate when you feel like something. But this is going to be a bigger urge than that, okay? It's tengo ganas de estornudar. I feel like I need to sneeze. Or tengo ganas de dormir. It's like I really need to sleep. Now you know how to say all these different expressions using the verb tener. The last part to this lesson is the so then what part. So now you know how to say I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm whatever. Here we're gonna add in something that we've already learned. Here we're gonna add in ir plus a plus an infinitive verb to say what we're going to do. I could be using highlighters here, or I can use some artsy-fartsy technique to make my notes stand out. This time I'm going with artsy-fartsy because it's cute. Okay, so ir means what, clase? To go. Conjugate that with me, please. The first thing that we have in the upper left-hand corner is?
Va.
Starts with the V, then what?
Voy.
Voy. Then?
Va.
Vas. Then? Va.
Vamos.
Vamos.
Van.
Van. Practice it a couple times using your fingers to follow along. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Everybody? Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. One more time. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Great job. Then we're going to add a plus an infinitive verb to say what we're going to do. So for example, voy a comer. Comer is to eat. I could say voy a dormir. Dormir is to sleep. So if I want to say tengo hambre, I'm hungry, voy a, what clase? Tengo hambre, voy a comer. Tengo sueño, voy a dormir. I'm going to sleep. So your job is to finish this in and write in a couple of paired sentences. For example, tengo sueño, voy a dormir. I am sleepy, I'm going to sleep. I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. I tengo ganas de escribir. Voy a escribir. All right, practice a couple of those sentences. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 practice sentences, and finishing up top.